Hey Amy, listen to this. Javier just got married.
What? Seriously? That's wonderful. Congratulations.
He kept it a secret, you know. He said he eloped the other day, and it caught us all by surprise. I had no idea he was in a relationship.
Eloped? I hope he didn't travel all the way to Vegas for it. But I guess that's just Javier's spontaneous nature.
You're absolutely right. Remember that time he decided to take a semester off college and travel overseas without telling anyone? And after he graduated, instead of job hunting, he started his own business.
You've got to admire his spontaneity. We should definitely celebrate his marriage when we see him next.
Agreed. But before we do that, you might want to consider a healthier lifestyle.
What?
Javier sent me a photo of his wife. She's incredibly beautiful.
She is? Good for him.
She's nothing like you. She's stunning, with a perfect figure. Her hair, eyes, and skin, all flawless. She's like a movie star. If you were in the same room as her, you'd stand out for the wrong reasons.
Excuse me?
We'll probably meet Javier's wife when we see him, right? I'm just saying, you might feel out of place in her company. So maybe it's time to consider a healthier lifestyle. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable when we meet them.
Did you just call me unattractive?
I'm just saying, you've made some choices that haven't been great for your appearance. You've changed since college. Oh, by the way, she used to be a model, not a movie star. That's how stunning she is.
Well, good for her. It sounds like she's really beautiful.
Indeed. If only I were more like my brother and married someone beautiful, I'd probably be happier than I am now.
What's gotten into you? Don't speak to me like that.
I'm just saying, it would be nice to wake up next to someone attractive every day. Javier is living the dream. That rascal. I'm so envious of him.
Seriously, you need to stop. I mean it.
Oh, and one more thing. Before we meet my brother's wife, please make sure your fingernails are clean. A little grooming could make you look more presentable.
Amy, did you hear? Did you hear the news? My little boy just got married.
I did. Kyle just told me. I hear he found a beautiful woman to be his wife.
He did. I'm so happy. He sent me a picture of her. She's so slim and beautiful. She's like a Barbie doll. You know, when I was young, I used to look like that too.
Really? I had no idea.
I couldn't be happier for him. He's got such a beautiful wife. I bet their kids are gonna be just the cutest things. I wish Javier would have gotten married first. So my husband and I could have moved in with them instead of with you.
What?
I bet we'd have so much fun living with someone who is as beautiful as that. Maybe things wouldn't feel so mundane like they do living with you.
You know what? I was just thinking of something similar.
Is that so?
I was thinking it would have been nice if maybe you had moved in with someone else as well. That way maybe I'd be enjoying each day a little more too. I thought we were being nice letting you come live here to help you out with your financial situation. But I can see you're not very thankful for what we did for you, are you?
Pardon me?
I really wish I wouldn't have given in as easily as I did. When Kyle brought up the idea, we'd have so much more money. If we weren't paying all of your bills as well as our own. That, and I wouldn't have you nitpicking every single thing I do. Like how I do the laundry, clean the house, or cook dinner.
What are you talking about? How dare you say that to me? You're making it sound like we're the ones putting a burden on you. And making your life hell.
I'm not making it sound any particular way, I'm just stating facts. Did I say anything that's not true?
You're making me sound like some kind of witch. You're the one who doesn't know how to do anything properly around the house. I shouldn't be surprised you'd say something that mean to me. I should have known you'd have an ugly personality to go along with that ugly face of yours. I don't know why Kyle ever married you in the first place. You're useless.
And yet, without this useless, ugly woman, you and your husband wouldn't be able to support yourselves, would you? I don't charge you any rent, I pay for all your bills and for all your food. Your old age pension doesn't cover a fraction of your expenses. That's why you had to move in with us in the first place.
Shut up. I don't need to hear any lip from you, you ugly cow.
Ugly cow? That's your comeback?
Yeah. And I know Javier's wife would never talk to me the way you do. She's beautiful on the outside, so I know she's beautiful on the inside. She'd never say mean, ugly things like you ugly cow.
Well, I hope you. Anyway, I'm off to do the grocery shopping. Otherwise, someone wouldn't have anything to eat for dinner tonight. And would have to starve. Goodbye.
Hey, Amy. I've taken your belongings and placed them outside. You'll have to organize them yourself at some point.
Huh? All my stuff?
Well, I'm feeling generous, so I'll allow you to use my tent and sleeping bag. Your sleeping arrangement is moving outdoors from now on. It's not a big deal, right?
Huh? I don't understand. Why do I have to sleep outside?
You didn't have many possessions before moving in with me. So a 5-man tent should be enough space for everything. If you find it cramped, you can always buy your own tent.
Wait, what's going on? I don't follow. Why are you making me sleep outside?
Well, you see, I had a lengthy conversation with Javier and his wife recently.
All right, and? What does that have to do with anything?
Starting today, they'll be living with us.
What?
Well, at least with me and my parents. You'll be in the tent.
Is this some kind of joke?
Well, his wife, at least.
What are you talking about?
Javier is expanding his business. Which means he'll be overseas for 6 months or even longer. He's not sure yet. But his wife doesn't want to leave the country, so she's staying here. He needs to rent out his apartment, and his wife needs a place to stay. So he asked if she could live with us, and I agreed. I mean, I said yes. Because I didn't want such a lovely woman to be alone and frightened.
He really cares a lot about his wife, huh?
Of course, he does. She's beautiful. You wouldn't want to let a catch like that slip away, would you? Not that I'd know that feeling. I'm stuck with you.
I've asked you not to speak to me like that anymore.
Oh, right. My parents think it's a good idea too. They're excited about her moving in with us. So, as I mentioned, she's moving in today. but we don't have enough rooms for all of us. It's just a 3-bedroom house, after all. My parents have 1 bedroom, and you and I each have 1.
Hold on a minute. Why do I have to sleep outside?
Because you insisted on having your own room. That's why we can't share a bedroom.
That's not true. The reason I need a separate room is because your snoring is unbearable. And you won't see a doctor about it. No one can sleep in the same room as you. It's impossible. Both the second bedroom and the master bedroom share the master bathroom. They both have doors leading into it from opposite sides. I don't want you using the bathroom from your side. If she's already in there from her side. What if she's showering or changing clothes?
I'll be careful. I promise.
And why wasn't I consulted about this? You said you talked to your parents, but I had no say in this.
I didn't need to consult you. This is my house, and I make the decisions.
Is that so?
Yes, it is. That means you follow my lead. You don't get a say in this. Who gave you that right?
I'm your spouse.
I've already decided. Starting tonight, you're sleeping outside. Stop complaining. It doesn't matter where you sleep. It's not like sleeping inside has done wonders for your appearance, that's for sure. Who knows, maybe sleeping outside will help with your complexion. Since sleeping inside clearly hasn't.
Cut it out. This isn't a joke.
What did you say to me?
Kyle, are you serious right now? Do you genuinely think it's a good idea to make your wife sleep outside in a tent? While you let another woman sleep in your wife's bed inside the house?
I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing it to help my brother and his wife. Where else would she go if I didn't help her? Attractive people tend to receive special treatment, that's how the world works. Why is it always the less attractive people who complain? I just don't understand.
How dare you? If I'm so unattractive, why did you marry me?
As I told you before, you looked better when we were younger. You let yourself go. You didn't take care of yourself, and this is the result. Did you think there wouldn't be consequences? The way I see it, you deceived me. You're a scam artist. You made me believe you were genuinely beautiful and took care of your body. But it was just a facade. Once you had me, you turned into an overweight mess.
What did you just call me?
What? Do you have a problem with that? Does the ugly scam artist have a complaint about what the head of the household just said? If you do, I'll divorce you right here and now. Don't think I won't.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
If I divorce you, it'll free me up to find a beautiful wife to replace you. It sounds like a win-win for me. I swear, if you protest this, I'll divorce you immediately. I'm not joking.
Whatever.
Don't forget, you're not the looker you once were. Trust me, I'm the only one who was foolish enough to marry you. No one else will ever want you. Especially not looking the way you do now.
How much more will you insult me? Are you enjoying this? Haven't you said enough? I can't believe you. You're awful.
Oh, be quiet. I'm tired of hearing you complain. Don't you understand? You have to do as I say. You have no choice. Starting tonight, you'll sleep in the tent outside. If you don't like it, we can get a divorce. Understand?
And you don't think you'll regret this?
Not at all. Why would anyone in this house regret you sleeping outside? Amy, get up and prepare some breakfast. What's the matter with you? It's past 9 o'clock, and my breakfast isn't on the table yet. I'll keep messaging your phone until you wake up and get in here.
What's your request?
Just because you're sleeping in a tent now doesn't mean you can avoid your responsibilities. So come in and cook my breakfast right now.
Who do you think is going to make your breakfast? I'm not setting foot in that house ever again.
What did you just say?
I've already left. You put all my stuff outside, so leaving wasn't difficult. I'm filing for divorce. The first thing I did this morning was pick up the divorce papers.
Don't give me that. You're not divorcing anyone.
Yes, I am. I'm completely serious. I've had enough of you. You even said you'd divorce me if I didn't like it, and I don't. So, divorce me.
Hey. Calm down now. I know I said that. But you can't be serious. Do you realize what you're saying right now?
Yes, of course, I do.
You must be out of your mind to divorce me over making you sleep outside in a tent.
I'm not crazy.
If you divorce me, you won't have any means to support yourself. What do you think you're going to do without me? An unattractive woman who's been divorced, no one will want you. Nobody will be interested in you. You're not just unattractive, you're damaged goods. You're nothing without me.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care what you think. I want a divorce. What's your problem? Isn't this what you wanted? If you divorce me, you'll be able to find that attractive wife you've always desired.
Hey, that's right. Now that you mention it, that does sound like a good idea. I will divorce you. Even though I know you'll regret it later.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see. So it's settled? I'll fill out the divorce papers and send them to you for your signature. Don't worry, I don't want anything from you. So you'll have no reason not to sign them. And once you sign them, make sure you submit them so we can get this over with as quickly as possible. I want to be free from you by the end of the week.
Hey, where are you right now? You're still in this city, right? I need you back here right now.
Huh?
My brother's wife is driving us all crazy. She's completely lost it. Get back here immediately.
What do you mean she's lost it? Is she too beautiful for you to handle or something?
No, I mean, well, she's beautiful. But not as important as. Anyway, that's not the issue. I'm talking about her behavior. She's a complete handful. Please, you have to return.
What?
She refuses to do anything around the house. And she's acting really mean.
What? Someone in your family being mean? Unbelievable.
She keeps saying her only job is to be beautiful. She doesn't work or lift a finger around the house. And she acts superior to everyone else here and treats us terribly.
Oh, wow. A beautiful woman who thinks she's better than everyone else. Who would have thought, huh?
I even reached out to Javier to see if he could help. But he told me those were the conditions when they got married. So he can't do anything. His advice was for me to endure it and do what she says until he moves back to America.
I understand.
That's when he told me his wife used to work as a downtown dancer. Apparently, that's how he met her. He fell in love with her immediately and wanted to marry her. He spent a lot of money going there to see her every night. He promised her financial security forever if she married him. Eventually, she agreed. That's why he can't make her do anything.
Your brother was really infatuated with her, huh? I wouldn't exactly call it love, but
Regardless of how they met or the circumstances. The issue is she's too demanding, and we can't tolerate her anymore. She's treating my parents and me like servants, making us do everything for her.
that's unfortunate. It sounds like you're in a tough situation over there.
It's not just that. She's claiming that I creep her out with the way I look at her. So she's charging me a living with you fee.
What? Living with you, fee?
She says it's because I creep her out, so she's charging me to put up with it. Does that even make sense? I can't fully grasp what's happening here. It's insane. Instead of her paying rent to live here, I have to pay her to live here now.
She's quite something, isn't she?
Don't you understand? Do you know how much she's asking for? She wants $1,000 a month.
What? Kyle, please don't tell me you're actually paying it, are you?
Well, I did this month because I didn't know what else to do. She threatened to kick me out and make me live in a tent if I didn't pay. It was either pay her the $1,000 or start living in a tent. She forced me to choose.
You mean the tent you set up for me?
Yes. I can't endure this. This is terrible. So I'm begging you, will you please come back? Or come rescue me from this place. Let's live together again. Just the two of us. No one else.
What are you saying? We're divorced. I have no intention of living with you again.
But you're lonely, right? All alone. You miss me, don't you? You still have feelings for me, right?
Nope. Not at all.
What?
Well then, enjoy your new living situation. I hope you find happiness.
Amy, are you there? You've got to save us. Please.
What's the matter now?
We're facing a financial crunch. Could we possibly borrow $3,000? Or even just $1,000? We really need to borrow some money.
Why?
Javier's wife insists on expensive food. No frozen dinners, no grocery store meat, nothing. She'll only eat items from a specialty food shop. It all has to be organically and locally grown. I don't even know if the meat she makes me buy is actually meat. It's so expensive. And I think she prefers baths over showers. Our water bill is skyrocketing. She keeps lights on during the day, and the TV is always on. We have the same number of people here as when you were here. But our bills have more than doubled.
Okay. Why did you think your son's ex-wife would lend you money for that?
Because you used to cover everything. I know you have a good job. I know you can afford it. Can you lend us some?
Shouldn't you ask your son to help before his ex-wife? Kyle agreed to let Javier's wife live there. Shouldn't Kyle be covering the bills?
He should, but he can't. That's why I reached out to you. Can't you understand that?
Why can't he?
Because he got fired. The only income in this house is for me and my husband's pension. It's not enough for 4 people, especially with Javier's wife's spending.
He was fired?
Yes. He was desperate to find a new wife quickly. So he made advances on every woman in his office. The situation got reported to HR. But the details don't matter. The point is, he got fired.
Sounds like he did something foolish. That's Kyle for you.
I can't believe it. He worked at one of the best companies in town. I'm so embarrassed he got fired, and for the reason.
Well, Javier's wife is the one causing the money issues, right? Ask Javier for help. He's growing his new business. Kyle mentioned Javier spent thousands on his wife before they married. So he must be well off. It seems like he could support all four of you and himself.
About that. Javier has no money for himself. Every cent he makes goes to his wife.
What? All of it?
Javier himself said that was part of their marriage agreement. She controls all his money. Everything he earns goes to her, and she pays the bills. Anything left is hers to spend. Apparently, he can't make her give us any of it. She has full control over her money.
Well, in that case, you'll have to talk to her about the situation. And ask her to contribute her share of the bills.
I've already tried that. She considers herself a guest in our house and refuses to contribute a dime.
Is that so? She won't give us any money, and she won't lift a finger around the house.
She's a terrible person. I can't believe my son married her. She told me that if we can't afford to pay the bills, then all three of us better find jobs and start making money. My husband and I are retired. How dare she say that to us? And she said she'll only use the money she gets from Javier to make herself look beautiful. And that's all she does with it. We're struggling to pay the bills. And she's out getting manicures, pedicures, going to spas and beauty salons. She's terrible.
Wow. It seems she's not as great of a daughter-in-law as you thought she was, huh? You know the saying, even a beautiful rose has its thorns.
I'd rather live with you. You're 1,000 times better than she is.
Sandy, come on now. You can't mean that. Didn't you tell me that a beautiful person like her is beautiful on the inside too? And an ugly woman like me is just as ugly on the inside?
I take back everything I said. I'm sorry. So, please, you've got to come back and save us.
Is that right? I've got to, huh?
You have to get Javier's wife out of here. Please. I'm begging you. Come back and live with us again. We need you.
Nope. I'm not interested. I'm finally free from all of you. I never want to go back to that place or to any of you.
But if you come back, everything will be fine. You won't have to support us ever again. I promise my husband. And I will put all of our pension towards bills instead of spending it on ourselves. And I'll do all the housework. You'll never have to cook or clean again. That sounds good, doesn't it? So, please, come home. We need you.
I don't think that's enough of a reason for me to go back there. Is there anything else?
Of course there is. I'm gonna be on your side from now on. I promise. You'll never be alone again. That's enough to make anyone happy, isn't it?
Huh? On my side?
Yes. Ever since Javier's wife came, it's been all about her. She's been doing whatever she wants and spending all of our money. Yet, no matter what I say, neither my son nor my husband will step in and do anything about it.
So?
I've been trying my best to get her to leave this place. And the guys say they're on my side. So I try to stand up to her. But the moment I say anything, she gets tears in her eyes. And those two men immediately take her side and get mad at me for making her upset. Kyle actually told me off in front of everyone for being too hard on her. Even though just minutes earlier those are the things he told me to say to her. To get her to leave.
It sounds like your husband and your son are too weak to stand up to her. And too oblivious to realize that she clearly has them wrapped around her finger. Just because she's beautiful.
I know. And they make me out to sound like the bad guy. All they do is ogle over her and do whatever she tells them to do. They're both completely useless.
It sounds like things are really tough for you over there, huh? It sounds like nobody is on your side. Everyone's against you, huh? I know exactly how you feel right now.
You do? I knew you'd understand. I knew I could count on you at a time like this. It's because we've lived together for so many years already we think alike. That's why I need you to come back home. I need you to restore peace to this house. We can do it together. So when do you think you can be back here? Can you come right away?
I'm not going back there.
What? But you said you understand.
I said I understand how you feel. But that doesn't mean I'm going to help you. It doesn't matter how bad things get for you over there. It's got nothing to do with me. I don't live there, and I divorced your son. I have no connection to any of you. And that place has absolutely nothing to do with me anymore either.
Wait. Amy. What are you saying? I told you. If you come back, you'll never have to do the housework ever again. And I won't do anything to upset you ever again. That means we can all live together in peace. So don't abandon us.
I've said all I want to say. Goodbye.
What?
I wish you and your family all the best. Goodbye. Kyle, it appears that even now, he, his parents, and Javier's wife are still cohabiting. The word on the street is that Javier decided to construct a new residence for his wife and family so that they wouldn't have to reside in Kyle's old home any longer. It seems his wife was agreeable to the notion because she allowed Javier to dip into his own funds to finance it. Yet, from what I've gathered, a significant portion of the funds for the new house came from the sale of Kyle's former residence. I'm not sure how they managed to secure the consent of Kyle and his parents, but it appears they succeeded. The design for the new house was entirely conceived by Javier's wife. One for Kyle and the other for his parents. They were designated as bedrooms, but as I've heard, they were more akin to spacious closets. Reportedly, the rooms were so cramped that placing a double bed in one of them would leave no room for anything else. So they opted for bunk beds instead. I can't fathom how Kyle plans to bring another partner into that situation. Revealing that he resides with his parents was likely embarrassing enough. Yet now, he resides with his parents in his brother's wife's domicile. And, if he ever wishes to invite a lady over, she'll be slumbering in his bunk bed. On a brighter note, I've heard that Kyle did secure a new job. The only hiccup is that he's now earning a fraction of his previous income. And still has to pay rent to occupy Javier's wife's house. To save enough money to move out, I've heard he's subsisting solely on macaroni and cheese. All the while, Javier's wife dines at the same table, indulging in nothing but the most opulent cuisine she can find. I wonder how he feels about sharing quarters with such an alluring woman now.